Alright, looks like we got another curse seed here into Dusk's queue. Tethys Fracture, which is, I suppose, an unremarkable combo. I most likely would lean toward Wormkin, but it is worth noting that like you could run like double Keeper of Echoes and Tethys, and that's a pretty good floor. You could even do like Sweep Tethys at that point, but we'll just see what is in store for us. It already looks like pretty hard, probably. Looks like Mean beat it with a score that usually indicates it's not easy. And the Able got taken out and the Submitter got taken out. So, we'll see. I've been pretty high on Wormkin, but you never know. It is a Tethys run. So Double Exploder, Sin of Failure, and Seraph the Diligent. Alright. The Arcus is easy, but the Diligent's annoying. Starters are not that great. Ice Tornado is just one of those starters that kind of begs to be removed, even if it technically is like okay to start with Tethys though, because it does cover a lot of her bad early game. Glacial Seal's just horrible, and Echo Snare I guess is good early. Just not great at any stage really. Do we go Artie first or Champ first? I think like Tethys. This is a debate that has raged inside me till time eternum with Monster Train. Like, what do I go, Champ first? Do I go Artifact first? Most people go Artifact first. I've always been a Champ first guy, but it's hard for me to know what is the better call. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's do what I do. No need to change it up. So probably Chillwind. I am tempted to actually take a sweeper here, but I mean there's two Wormkin banners on the map as well. Very hittable. I mean, it does suck that this one's opposite of Vortex, but there's a horde with it, and we're in a good horde combo. I mean, the Ice Tornadoes would function very well with Sweep Tethys for quite some time, but I think we just take the safe call here and go Chillwind. Yeah. I just don't think you can go. You could go handheld there, but I think Chillwind is just gonna be better most of the time. Tethys Scales or Pyrostone Housing. I'm generally not a Pyrostone Housing fan, although starting with it could be decent. I mean, we already know the first steal is pretty enticing here. Second one is not, though. It's opposite of Stygian Banner and Hellvent. I mean, if we miss the Wormkin banner, we'd probably want to keep searching for banners. That steal is not super enticing. This one is pretty good. It is opposite some stuff, but at least has the Vortex with it, so those are the only steals. So one for sure, probably not the final one, but you never know. I don't know if there's enough Merchant of Steels that are like super desirable for me to actually want to take a housing. The thing I will say is Wormkin, both Wormkin and Stygian units technically use Pyrostone Housing quite well, because they're often wanting like quick and multi and health. So like sweepers, for example, and the Stygian would be the example of that. Or alternatively, I guess eggs. I don't think a Keeper of Echoes or Shard Soul Carver need it, but definitely like an egg typically wants 3 upgrades. Like it would like a multi, quick, and health, or an endless, any of that mixed in there. But then again, Tethys Scales is just always going to be good, especially with some Ice Tornadoes and whatnot. I feel like isn't neither of them are bad. So that one hits it for sure. This one, If I get a good Wormkin banner, and I don't have a good Hellvent, which is pretty likely, honestly, the commons of these two clans are actually pretty bad, I think, on average. So, you know, say I don't have a good Hellvent, and I have a good banner, I could see just going to the Merchant of Steel and like 50-50ing for multi-strike or something. It might actually just be better than going there. So like, this one is the easiest to justify. So two for sure. The one up there is hard to justify. This one is hard, but not impossible to justify. You know, if I have enough removals performed, then I could go left here. This one's probably pretty hard though. By this point in the game, you generally want a Hellvent. So we could maybe say that we are hitting 3 to 4. I think that's enough to actually justify the Pyrestone housing. And Divine Horde I usually am pretty iffy to take with Tethys, but Fracture is such a powerful starter, so is the Echo Snares and Ice Tornadoes. I think we're probably fine to take this. Alright, so these are all good. Well, I don't know that Drop Cage is great in this combo. Wormkin is the only clan without any positional up and down movement. And the only thing this Stygian has is the Siren Song, which is rare. 40% of the time you see it. It's less than 50% of the time. You know, you could think of it as like 60% of the time, roughly. This is actually just doing nothing for me. That's probably not good enough for me. There's the Echo Seedlings already getting me something with the Echo Snare. It's also like, you know, with Stygian, you can get it to just get you a, like, Urchin Spines tripled, and that's pretty good. That could even lead to, like, flying kills and stuff. Honestly, Golden Vault's probably the pick here. I really just hate Golden Vault, so I probably won't take it. Kinda just want this Echo Seedling. Pretty sure the Echo Seedling's fine. I mean, it's already really good early, and it has a potential to become pretty good. It's just always going to be a solid artifact. Could open up Etch as well. Like if we don't hit on our you know, Inspire units that we want to see, that means we're probably hitting on Etch at least. Well, we'll see. Could also just hit eggs. Market of Invasion. That is a little bit iffy, but honestly, I do kind of need the money if I'm going to have a Pyrestone housing. You know, I think between Fractures and Ice Tornadoes, even if I cannot play Tethys at the start, Echo Snares as well, I think I could cycle back to her and be fine. I think we deal with the waves simply with the spells. So I think we're fine to take this. The low roll situation is covered. The first guy gets started up. Well, this is not great. We actually cannot drop Tethys in anywhere. But we knew that was a possibility. So the question is, what else? I could do Glacial Seal on the top. Frozen Lance, that clears all of them. And then I could Echo Snare this group. Then they all naturally die next turn. I'm most likely drawing like Fractures or Ice Tornado next turn. That can take care of this Foot Soldier. I think that's a pretty good plan. So we can go there. Glacial Seal actually doing something. Oh right, I have Echo Seedling. Well, it couldn't hurt to put one of these here, and I think we can save the other for potentially the boss. Okay. I think we need to put in units down, so they're all dying. Do that. We could use this one here and do that. Yeah, now we've got echoes kind of just everywhere. I can do 12 damage plus 3 times 6, which is 18. Which is 30 damage, and then I could save this. I think that's fine. Then I also just get more echoes on... Oh, it just dies. Well, my math is completely off. Okay. I think we just play this turn. Alright, I think just play it again. That does... maybe I should have put some reap on it. I think this pretty much just dies though, right? Well, I'll take one hit. Could have been worse. Pretty sure I take Crypt Builder here. If I can get like a Conduit Flex, it would be better. I would definitely flex Conduit if I can get like either Shard Soul Carver or Keeper of Echoes. Or, you know, I could just get some discard stuff with this, but that's less likely. I wouldn't take a Siphon or a Preserve. Just take the Crypt Builder. Pink Echo Snare with the Echo Seedling. And the one thing I do need to think about is, like, the more of these type of cards I add, Echo Seedling's most likely not going to hit a super high value target, but honestly Urchin Spines is probably the best consumable in this combo, and it's not like Last Stand or anything, it's just kind of pretty good. Whereas I could just add this, you know, I guess Accelerating Incubation if I do an egg build would be pretty good. Like a Soul Siphon. Either way, I'd probably just take this. I mean, maybe the Hosting Can. It's not pink though, is the only downside. This being pink means I could deal out pretty quick damage, especially if it's the one that gets Echo Seedling. We just take this. Alright. Quick. Probably not what we want to see, but we'll see. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's more what we want to see with the Stygian units, I think. Yucky. Well, sometimes your Wormkin banners do look like this. I mean, First Akin's really good right now and could potentially be an Essence in the future. 225 gold. Certainly I have Etch synergy. You know, I've already got 3 consumables and 5 if you count Echo Seedling. So that's already 25 damage from Etch, and it can keep growing. I mean, you know, I could hit this magic if things are figured out by this point. Then I could add Surge Stone potentially if it comes up. This magic, the opposite of very bad Hellvent. God, the Hellvents on this map are really awkward, aren't they? I mean, luckily, I don't necessarily need Hellvents in this combo. They would most likely go on units, if anything, which right now we don't really have. We'd have to hit like a unit draft here to want it to hit that Hellvent, I think. Then again, maybe I want to hit the Stygian banner. I suppose like a sweeper with the First of Cannon Fusion would be good. Really needs quick though at that point. Kind of wish I had the Stygian banner here, and I wish it was a sweeper. If I were forced into First of Cannon into sweeper, knowing I could get quick would be pretty alright. It's definitely not Kendo Scarabus, I can tell you that. Well, we're definitely just taking this unit, so there's not much to ponder. The only thing I'm thinking is, like, do I buy this? Because if I buy this, I cannot reroll. What's in the middle here? 10 Pierce and 30 Power. We've already taken 15 shards, but this is a pretty strong unit. For the early game, I just don't really want to use it as my unit. I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, with the Pirate Stone housing, it's not horrible. I mean, think of like an ideal. If I get quick and multi and like either 25 health or even the armor incant would actually be really good. That could totally work. So one piece of the puzzle would be quick. I could just lock it in now, because if I re-roll, I don't want endless, I don't want large stone. I would want multi, so it's only a 1 out of 3 to re-roll and get multi, and I could just lock in a quick now. But then I wouldn't re-roll. Tough. And also, like, 10 in piercing is really enticing. Like, I might just want to put that there now. I'm pretty sure we do this, so we'll do that for sure. No 30, though. I don't think. It's pretty awkward. I could just do this. Or I re-roll, get lucky, and get multi. I don't know. I mean, what's the likelihood that I even want to use that as my unit? I could just save my money for here, hope for a unit draft. But if I don't get a unit draft, then I'm probably going left, which means I didn't lock any upgrades in, and I'm already at 25 shards, and then Daedalus. I mean, I can already see this is awkward. This is just awkward when you get a unit draft pair like this. Then the map is the way that it is. I don't know, we do quick. It would definitely help the unit. Just do it, whatever. Be sad if it's... I mean, it's still not the end of the world if I fuse this into a better unit. But having quick on it at least gives me something. Especially, I'm at 25 shards, like I might just need it. Yeah. Still a little bit awkward too, because he's typically want to get played off of the floor. This is why I don't really like Echo Snare. It's like... yeah, it does the damage, but... only after the units have hit you, you know? And, yeah. Just keep going, though. Alright, unit draft, we're absolutely doing that. 10 armor is acceptable, not great. This boss, ironically, probably the one we wanted to see the least, given what we have, but it's all good. Quick will at least mitigate some damage for us, so I'm glad that we took it here. Especially with this fucker in front. So here's the dilemma, right? Like, and I can put it here, but then I'm missing out on the etches. Probably if this was the pink one, I would put it down here, but since it's not the pink one, I think I'm just gonna do it here. I mean, most likely this Reap can't really kill this floor anyway. Might as well just make sure I can kill the boss. We've done that now. Well, we want to kill the collector, so we'll do that, and I guess we'll just get the echoes up here. But this is why Ice Tornado. Yeah. That's so good, the Ice Tornado. We should try this though. I guess it is pretty good here. Did happen to not kill the foot soldier, but what are you gonna do? It's probably, at least we killed the double striker. So we could do 2, 4. We can definitely like take that out, and then we can hit an Ice Tornado here. Oh, but even better yet, just do that. Then we hit the Ice Tornado. All right, so we get through that one. Did I even leak? I think we leaked a little bit. 2 damage, yeah. Oh, pink offering token. Yeah, that's pretty easy to take here, considering we have the Grip Builder. Ooh. Interesting. 2 uncommons in your common draft. Normally I'd complain, but not with Wormkin. I'm glad to not see commons here. Granted, Total Recall is shitty and it's the pink one, but it technically... I mean, let's imagine a world where I just brick on all the rest of the unit drafts. Honestly, given that... The thing in the back of my mind is like, I know Evil's really good and Evil died, so I'm like, I have to imagine that there's probably not much good stuff offered on this run, but we'll see. I mean, if that's the case, like both of these... Broken Memories is just kind of always good. I mean, I should just take it. This early, I've got... Oh, damn, there's only... Okay, there's 3 temples ahead of me. 3 chances at Spell Chain. Could just basically have Etch guaranteed like twice every turn. So guaranteed 10. Worst comes to worst, if I don't find any better units, I could always self-infuse this and get 20 per Etch, which would, or 10 per Etch, which would be 20 per turn minimum with a Spell Chain Broken Memories. And even if I don't find the Spell Chain, at least it's there to give me some extra Etch. And I could always find Consume Remove on Broken Memories, which would be a thing. Total Recall gives me more speed, though, if I need speed. And honestly, right now, wouldn't be the worst thing to, like, add Consume to many of these. The worst hits would be Offering Token and Crypt Builder, because I would want to replay those, but, you know, Surging Fracture and Frozen Lances, Ice Tornadoes would be fine. And it is pink. But it's just a really bad card. I think we're gonna go... Plus it's Diligent. I think we could do the Broken Memories. Is there any reason to think Bogfly is any good? You know, I've never used a Bogfly Essence. It's not even that bad, it's just... I've never used it. It's just like a better Echo Stone. But, yeah, I just never use it. I think I will... About the Broken Memories. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Well, it wouldn't be Sillified, I don't think, because granted I do have some heavy hitters already, but as we know, it's just really hard to make that work, whereas like I could just go Sillifight with the First of Kin Infusion. And we're coming up on... I would definitely say, given that what we're seeing here, I'm leaning toward going to this Merchant of Steel. Just the only thing is like, trying to think out what's better, a Titan Sentry or Cold Kalia? Because if we go Cold Kalia, obviously we're just going to put the First of Kin into it. We do lose out on a little bit of 100 gold of value, but we knew that was potentially going to happen. As far as the Merchant of Steel upgrades, in either case, you know, if I go Titan Sentry, we're trying to find Endless. So Endless opens up. However, if I do the Cold Kalia, Quick opens up. And in either case, multi is good. Because if I take the Sentry, I think we would put a multi on a First of Kin, and that would be fine. A Sentry to clear out most of the waves, and then finish everything with a multi-striking Quick First of Kin is absolutely a fine build. Whereas if the Cold Kalia is found, we would just add it multi-strike and put the First of Kin into it. This is one of those things though I really wish I hadn't spent this gold, because now let's say it's like Quick and multi, or multi and Endless. I could probably have afforded both had I not taken that, but I don't know, maybe we can get some gold from the caverns, who knows. So, Cold Kalia? I mean, I could also argue Large Stone benefits both equal. Large Stone just helps get the stats going with a Cold Kalia. Large stone's only happening if, like, we miss on the first thing and have to re-roll, though. Let's take the Cold Kalia. I think that a sweeper with the first akin infusion, given that we already have, like, a Broken Memories and Echo Seedling, like, I'm absolutely fine with that. So, we're looking for quick and multi, but we'll settle for a large stone. The worst case is that large stone is the first upgrade and we re-roll into endless. But if that happens, so be it. Quick, okay, that's worth locking in for sure. It's also a 25 health. I really would strongly prefer to have I would strongly prefer to have the armor incant with Cold Kalia, I think. Or even just a large stone if I'm gonna... I think I'd rather get a large stone than a hard stone. Obviously, though, now I can't reroll. Now, if I had 195 gold or 100, 200, whatever it would be, I could reroll, and anything but endless I'd probably take here. So it's a little bit sad that I did make that fusion. You know, another shitty thing here I'm just noticing, I should have looked at this before, but this temple is awkwardly placed because you know, I do want to put the Cold Kalia and the first akin together, but I would like to wait past this unit draft at least. Because right now doing that would put me at 50 shards and it wouldn't be that good of a unit. It'd be a 15 health, it starts with 1 damage. It wouldn't be a very good situation. Probably not beat. I probably can't beat Dillis if I fuse right now. So this is gonna be an awkward 3 rings. Well, this ring's probably fine. It's an awkward like 2 rings here. But I think we can. It's a little fine because there's no steals here. So like, right now it's just a quick sweeper. I already have the quick first akin that, even though it's single striking, might be good enough to get me through these rings if I cool it on shards. Though I'm probably taking at least 15 there, but that's not too bad. That would put me at 40. Under the double strike party boy range. And then here we can fuse and hopefully get like a multi-strike or even a large stone. Or armor incant. Maybe like 2 of the above. So yeah, I don't think we fuse now, long story short. No spell chain, that sucks. Purge. I don't think so. These ice tornadoes we should keep because we're just weak right now. 30. So, I mean, there's always a possibility that it's like ×5 event, or there's a possibility that it's the Hef event. If it's the Hef event, and I take the hammer, which I think I would, though 1 pip first akin is enticing. Oh no, it'd be 2 pip, never mind, 2 pip isn't really that enticing. So, like, I could put the 30 into the crypt builder, and then that's a really badass crypt builder. It's already kind of a badass crypt builder, though. I don't know that I would ever ×5 it, though. I don't think I would. I just don't think I have good ×5s and nothing there. Like, adding 30 to one of these wouldn't be worth the possibility of that. So, yeah, let's just do this, and maybe I can add 30 if it's like a card adding event. You know, Call me superstitious, but I swear I just have a sixth sense about these type of things. Like, I just had a hunch, you know? I had a hunch it was ×5 event. So, problem with like 5 crit builders is like, they're often going to be dead draws. I mean, especially like, for several of these turns, I have to play first to kin 50% of the time, second turn, which is awkward. Like, I can't ever drain the top, but either way, I have to spend all my mana on it. I already have these to contend with. I do have the offering token every now and then. Granted, these are really enticing magics, so like I have 2 50/50s at holdover for the offering token. I guess, and do I really need to ×5 anything, I guess is the question. Not really, potentially. I mean, I will say this, like, we could technically like ×5 the broken memories. And then I would just have this stupid etch deck where, I mean, considering I am quick, it's too bad there's no defensive etch essence. I think they missed the mark there. Like, because there is defense and offense in Spire, but there's only offense for etch. I think it would have been cool if they added an etch that trigger for a unit. Like, to me, Kinho's Carapace is just a kind of a failed unit. They could rework that, in my opinion, to just be an etch unit. And, like, it could just etch defense, but tangents aside, like, I am wondering, like, would it be crazy to, like, ×5 the broken memories? Because then I can, like, you know, bring back 5 broken memories. And that would be my entire game plan. That's 25 attack a turn, and I am quick if I'm eventually multi-striking, which I could be if I justifiably can hit, like, what, 3 steals? 1, 2, 3. I justifiably could hit those, so 3 chances at multi-strike. But even if it's just 25, that might be enough. I mean, 25 per turn. I start off at 1. Unless I get a large stone, I start off at 15. But let's just assume I start off at 1. Well, let's assume this. I'm hitting 3 steals. If I'm not getting multi, I'm definitely fucking getting large stone, right? So we can assume I get a large stone. Maybe even 2 of them. But let's say 1, so I get... what is a large stone? 15 attack? I forget. It's not much. Large stone sucks. It's like 15 attack. So, 16 attack. And if I get 25 a turn, it's going to be... So 50 is 2 turns. It'd be 8 turns if I don't get multi-strike. That's not fast enough. And that's assuming... Granted, you know, there is the Echo Ceilings, there's the other consumables I hit on the way there. I probably go double draw, so I could get sometimes 7, so sometimes I'm getting 35, but I just don't know if it's fast enough for Divinity. It'd be very reliant on getting multi-strike if I do this Broken Memories, like, ×5 plan. And, you know, arguably if I don't find, like, incant armor, I'm not even getting, like, defense. I'm really tempted to do it, though. It probably throws the run in a lot of cases. But, I don't know, it's pretty powerful right now, honestly. Like, I do have just the single striking first to kin, but that'll be pretty strong. Or I could just Hellvent it once. I can still bring back one a turn, assuming I never get a spell chain. And that's okay. Then I can still do things like play other cards. I mean, certainly I will say this. It's absolutely solid up until Divinity. Might have issues with stealth boss though. That'd be pretty rough in a stealth boss. It's the danger of actually doing the ×5 is like... And I would have to go into stealth boss with just the first of kin, who's probably taking damage still. Maybe I just want to copy the crit builder then. Not 5 times, probably just once. I know it's sad to not ×5 something, but I think 5 is probably throwing here. Yeah, I mean I get a free 5 shards out of it, it's not incredible. Certainly if I'd put the 30 in here I would ×5 it I think, but since I didn't, we can just do this. Safe call. This is also potentially just find a Keeper Echoes here and I completely pivot my whole run. Which honestly I hope I do, because these etch runs are just miserable, honestly. I don't think we take any shards here. Just to tide me over, should I add another bit of health to the first of kin? I think I should. Just for now. Since we are going to have to rely on this unit. The thing that we know for sure, though, is we're not going to use the unit long term. We're definitely doing this sweeper unless something better comes along. It's actually not bad to put her down here. Now, the problem with fucking... Let's do this first. If I somehow draw first of kin here, that would be devastating. Okay, we don't. So I could just put her here. Cut this behind and then Glacial Seal. Then we get more Frostbite on the boss. I think we just do that then. With the Glacial Seal here. I don't mind. I suppose if Kelly dies. She'll protect herself here with the... take it back. Kind of sucks that she died here. I should have put the Glacial Seal in front. It's just a problem of first kin costing so much. Oh well. At least we protected first of kin here. For this fight, I could go with 3 broken memories, honestly. I think I do. We can take all them out. Put the echoes in here for now. Get some frostbite as well. Do want the etches here though. I'll always want 1 broken memories back. I guess I need... No, I can bring... Let's just bring 1 echo snare back. I'll probably need it, yeah, for this fucking group here. Alright, we do need to get an echo here to actually kill them, so I can't play this, unfortunately. Because now I think we just keep bringing these memories back. We've hopefully dealt with the worst parts of this. We need some echoes up here. Here, let's do that. Keep bringing a broken memories back. Let's do that. So this is where, like, if I did have 5 here, granted I wouldn't be able to draw anything else, but I'd be getting, instead of 5 attack a turn, I'd be getting 25 attack a turn. It's not nothing. I hope we have enough to beat the boss. 65 and 80 is... It's big, but it's not that big. We can hit him with one of these, so that'll help. Next turn we'll that. Alright, looks like we got him. We took half of our health and damage. It's still iffy. I hope we can get through the next rings. Granted, the next boss typically is just on the level of Daedalus, so... Ooh, that Wormkin spike, though, is pretty good. And honestly, all of these are pretty good. Deep Offering is... would have been better if I had 5 crit builders, but still pretty good with the 2 crit builders. It is an etch card. And we could do some wonky stuff, though. Like, if I do happen to get a spell of Chain Broken Memories, like... I could, like... bring it back every turn and just cycle through the deck. Pink Wormkin Spike's pretty damn enticing, though. That's very powerful. We can get some cost reducer, because I don't currently have like great cost reductions. And then I can actually Echo Seedling it, and it still plows like harder than this Echo Snare does. And Siren's Song would offer me a way to have some defense against Divinity in particular, which would not be bad. If I don't get Armor Incant, or like a Shard Soul Carver or Keeper of Echoes, I'm not going to have a whole lot of options. There's always like Frenzied Swarm, there's Drain, but there's Siren's Song as well. It just still is like kind of awkward. It does turn out like Drop Cage might have been pretty nice given this showed up, but I think I still stand by the logic. You know, this only happens 20% of the time to get it at rank 3. I can still use it though. It's not like I need the Drop Cage for it to work. It does need a double stack though, in this deck probably. I think I just take the Wormkin Spike. Still has to be probably played off floor, which sucks. I don't know, is it really helping me that much? Maybe a Deep Offering is better. Kind of leaning toward Deep Offering, actually. I could do some real work with that. Especially, like, let's say I get a holdover offering token. Like, I could definitely work with that. And if I can find, like... I don't know, maybe I should go left here. Like, if I could find a Keeper or a Shard Soul Carver, I would prefer that over the First Akin Infusion. Or, you know... Well, we'll see. We still have, actually, our unit draft I just realized that hasn't come up. So we'll see. Siren of the Sea also. I think I'll take the Deep Offering. Damn. Now I'm starting to see the cursedness of this run. Do we take a Titan Sentry? It does open up Endless at these shops. And it'd be an okay unit to have in the meantime. It's just the shitty thing is like it's now a 3rd banner unit to add to the mix, which is already really hard to play First Akin. It also would have no steal until all the way down here. So like, you know, Titan Sentry you typically want to have self-infused. It's not 100% necessary, I guess, but I guess it'd be vanilla through here. So is a vanilla Titan Sentry really doing that much for me? Not particularly. It's okay though. It's probably worth taking. Right? I mean, just don't know, 35 health, non-self-infused Titan Sentry is probably not doing that much for me, but it is probably doing something. But you know, not hitting Echo Seedling with the first kin is also really rough, and I would want to play my consumable cards. So like it just delays my ability to scale first to kin if I take this, and I don't know, long term it could be good though. It's a potentially redundant with sweep though, but it also just if I get endless on it, it really helps me, and it makes it so I don't have to hit multi-strike. I think I should take it just for that fact alone. It's like, if I happen to miss multi-strike, then surely I hope it's not just 3 steals of large and quick. Because if I could get an endless, then that makes up, I think, for the fact that I don't have multi-strike. The shitty thing here, though, is like, as I said, like, this Hellvent really sucks. I would have to Hellvent. Well, I would have to find endless, like, here. Because if you look at the temples, it's like, you know, I'd have to Hellvent there, YOLO. I really don't want to spend my ring 5 doing that. I'm almost certainly going this way. So, you know, I wouldn't be able to self-infuse until the... well, I just wouldn't be able to self-infuse. That's what it comes down to. Unless... No, that's Wormkin banner. I was going to say, if that's a Stygian banner, I could go left here. I mean, I wonder, like, should I still go left? I don't have that much gold. I might be able to hit a better unit here. And there is a horde, which we've determined are good with this combo. Though I give up a vortex. I do give up 1 chance at holdover offering token, which I really would want, I think, in this deck. Those crypt builders could help. Especially like killing bosses and stuff. We really gotta get rid of a lot of cards in this deck, though. Like, we can already see how useless the Ice Trainers already are for me, right? Like, I just have no space to play these, and factor in, I gotta remove Glacial Seal, I gotta remove these Stewards. That's a lot of removals. It's a lot of removals. And, yeah. Potentially I have to remove a Sentry too if I don't hit Endless, because there's just really no point in having the Sentry otherwise. We'll take the Sentry, for sure. I don't think it's going to be that good of a Sentry, but even if it's just an unself-infused Endless Sentry, that will be good enough. So, almost certainly it's draw. An extra Ember isn't going to help us play Ice Tornadoes. You know, everything I want to play is either 0 or 3. Or I guess 2. I don't know, maybe Embers are right, but I have to imagine we're just going to do draw. Yeah. When in doubt, go draw. I stick by it. You know, another thing we could do, now that I think about it, I don't even have to hit multi-strike now that I think about it. Because all I have to do is I can hit this Hellvent and have 2 of these sweepers if I don't go large stone. I just thought of that. So really what I'm looking for here is multi-strike and like incant armor. If I can get an incant armor, even if I miss on multi-strike, I can Hellvent those suckers. And then I am getting... Damn, this is where I wish I took the 5x5 on the Broken Memories, because then I could do... I still might not scale enough. Well, we'll see. We'll go to the right here. There's a lot to think about on this run. You can see though how it's so much easier if I hit Inspire Unit. Gosh, I wish maybe I should have gone left. I don't know. I just think I have too many removals to like be giving up vortexes. Oh, we hit holdovers, so this is... I'm already looking like a genius. I have to imagine this is the thing we hold over, definitely. And I could either get that down by 1. We're taking this, yeah. Ooh, okay, this is pretty easily a Kinstone Totem for me. I mean, if I have this every turn, yeah. We might... I probably still would spell chain the broken memories, I think, but this is... Now I basically just got an Ember upgrade, so that's really good. Now if I have that Ember upgrade... I think I would like this... Ideally, I would like it to get it to 0. I mean, I still could. I could just... Yeah. I'm gonna skip this song. Just don't feel like that song should fit into a playlist titled Calm and Relaxing Video Game Music. That's just me. Alright, Vortex, you're who we came for. So we've already determined that these ice tornadoes are useless, so that's probably just what we'll remove here. I think my crit builders will be getting it done for me, and I may need these for if it's stealth boss, train stewards. So we'll see. What is Tethys doing for us on this run? The thing is, like, for a while, we really can't play her top because I cannot afford to get Ember drained while I have to play First Akin. So I could probably actually consider just going handheld totem here, because keep in mind, I can play these crit builders pretty often now, and they could really benefit actually from having spell weakness Tethys. The plan, I guess, is she would just really help with the waves, especially while I am without my ideal unit for a while. And I could even have the sentry in front of Tethys, and that's not too bad. We could go sentry and Cold Kalia for now in front of Tethys, and I think a sweep is pretty good there. So we'll just do that. We know. Okay, the music just gets like randomly super loud too. You know what? I'll give you one more chance playlist. I mean, there's some bangers in here for sure, so just need to remove some of the random jarring tracks there. 40 shards, boss is easy. I believe similar to multi-strike boss, we prevented the Ember drain for whatever that's worth by being under 50. Quill hunters are annoying when sharded up, really not that much of an issue when not, though. And at 40 shards, not many of them should be sharded up. But them with multi-strike is pretty fucking scary, not gonna lie. And I don't deal with them that well currently. All that being said though, like, I don't know, I feel like decently powerful against this troop. And the boss... I got an 80 health First Akin. I can whittle it down with crit builders. I might even be able to get a hit in or two with Tethys, depending on if I can deal with the Quill Hunters, and depending on if they get sharded up. I think it's probably okay to take this. It is Artifact, though, which even in a good combo is not that good. Like, it's generally not going to be a good, just to have one choice at Artifact. Oh, this is a fucking horrible start. So I can't play the Sentry. Brutal. Unless I don't want to play the First Akin, which... pretty sure I need to play that. Now I could do Broken Memories. It will hurt my ability to draw through the deck, but it will scale the shit out of this First Akin. So we're getting Cold Kalia next turn. Cold Kalia in front. 5, 9. Yeah, she'll have 15 health, so she survives. She'll die to this, but at least lets Tethys get a hit in, which is fine to put Tethys there then. And I think I will do this, just to scale up. Does hurt my draw, but so be it. Alright, so you go there. And we could play this. How do I want to do this? Wait, you die? Why? Oh, right, I did my math wrong, that's why. Well, fuck me, am I right? Kill you. Play these. Play that. We're just trying to find... just trying to find... should I Ember Drain? I don't think so. The fuck? 180. I hate this unit. 180 health. Alright, come on, crit builder. Damn. Alright, we etch at the same rate. No, you gain 10 armor. What the fuck? Alright. Crypt builder just being horrible, I guess. I don't necessarily want to run out of gas, but I think I'm going to bring that back. So I can at least eat the hits up there. Do that. Throw this away. I do need to, like, take care of this fucking group here. I think I got 2 hits in. Jesus. How weak am I? Okay, we can do that. We'll kill that. Kill this. This. I'm fine to Ember Drain here, I think. Ah, shit. Why did I think I was gonna gain back like 3 Ember by doing that? I don't know. I guess I'm dumb or something. It's better to kill that. It's probably better just to put that there. We could wait on this and actually put it there. Damn, am I gonna die to this shit? It's fucking ridiculous. I never thought this fucking multi-strike trial was gonna be this fucking hard. I mean, this is just fucking ridiculous. Right, we do draw a crit builder. I think I should hit the boss with it though. And I can just block this with the steward. I could put this down and then it kills the backliners, but it does give me a scourge. I think that's fine. And actually it doesn't give me a scourge because it pushed him to the back, so that's nice. And then we can just block that, put some extra reap there, and frostbite. Alright, we're gonna put this up top. Nice. I'm gonna put you up there before I forget. Do this. Alright, we get through that one, but fucking horrible fight. Jesus. Did not think we were gonna have 68 damage taken. So I paid 68 health to get 40 health back. It's not even worth it. And this isn't even that bad of an artifact, considering the grand scheme of them. Just goes to show, don't take artifact trials. Just don't take them. Flat out. Alright, we got... You know what really sucks about this? Like, the worm tooth has been actually, like, relatively good to me on this run, and it's by far the worst, like, wormkin, like, needing of pink run I've ever seen. Like, there's not a single Inspire unit, not even an egg, not even an extract card. And there's, like, literally just no reason for me other than the minor reap damage to even have echoes. Which, don't get me wrong, it's been okay to have that damage, but it's just really sad because, like, Ice Storm is a perfectly fine card to have pink here. All that being said, I might just take the Urchin Spines. I really wish I ×5 this Crypt Builder. I should have just committed to that. Urchin Spines is really good, though, I feel. Is it, though? I mean, I really only have the 2 Crypt Builders. We could find more stuff. Ice Empire, Ancient Synergy, Ice Storm. Like, maybe I should be taking Ice Storm. Granted, you know, I already technically have spell weakness on every fight except Divinity, theoretically. So, like, maybe Ice Storm is better here. I'm also almost certainly going to the Merchant Magic. I think I'm going to have to take this Boons, too, by the way. Unless I think maybe Hellvent's better here. I could Hellvent a Crypt Builder and then take the Urchin Spines. I mean, I might need the health. Some money would be nice. I don't know, though. There's a Cavern here as well. Cavern, Vortex, Magic. I think I have to go to the right. Crypt Builder's not a bad Hellvent here, though. Especially considering I have the Offering Token on Holdover. And a Deep Offering. I don't know, maybe I should do the Hellvent. If I Hellvent, it definitely should be Urchin Spines. If I go to the right, it probably should be Ice Storm. I can add any sort of damage to it, even if it's a Surge Stone, I don't mind that. We'll do that. This is not really what I wanted to see. I mean, I guess technically Ambient Charge, given my game plan, could be okay, but it'd be pretty brutal to lose, like, the Crypt Builders. We're really hoping that we get, like, a spell chain on this Broken Memories. Yeah, I don't know if I really take anything here. Could take maybe a Soul Cripple. That's a card I just never really take, but could give me some reason to have Echoes. It just doesn't really do that much damage, though. I mean, it's a one and done for 2 Ember that doesn't even kill the unit on the floor the turn you play it, and, you know, 13 Reap is a decent amount, but I mean, say even I have, you know, 5 Echoes, 4 Echoes, it's around 100, or it's around 50 damage, so not even that much damage, so maybe 60, 70, like, just not that good. Probably a skip. Does suck because Wormkin has the best uncommon pool, and not really seen it here. Would absolutely love to have found an extract card like Soul Crushing Guilt or the melee weakness one. Anything but these. Kind of disappointing, but whatever. Probably gonna take that gold. I don't know though. So 10 I could put here or on a Crypt Builder. Let's see what we got here first. It was Permafrost, right? Well, Blood for Blood might be okay here. Obviously I'm leaking, and if that was the case last round, it'll certainly be the case this round. I mean, it will certainly be the case this round. Or I could just add 10 health to everybody because I don't have any heals. It doesn't matter. Which is, it's potentially something. I mean, my Vanilla Titan Sentry would like it. Tethys would love it. Cocalia would love it. I mean, long term, Long term, this is the best, but I have to lose 10 pyre health to get that. On top of, just, I don't know. Granted, I can just skip whatever trial comes up to make life easier on me, but, like, I'm pretty worried for, like, hard, like, you know, there's a lot of overcharged tank type waves, potentially. It's pretty scary. I do think, though, long term, this is going to be the best. I won't be having Cold Kalia and Tethys die so easily, and in long term, I will like that extra health. So, I'm tempted to do this just because it makes it useful, which it isn't useful right now. But man, these at 160 would be nice. I don't know though, they probably only need to do 110 given that I have Tethys. And here's the thing, like if I do end up with endless Frost Shark, I can still use Tethys to clear waves for Divinity. And these would still have plenty of spell weakness. So let's add the 10 here so that it's a useful card to us. I can just get this to 0. I think that at 0 will be a lot easier to work with. Another holdover. Okay, I am definitely down to hold over a Crypt Builder. Then I'm just guaranteed to be doing that every turn. That's pretty good in my eyes. And I could also Surge Stone that. Or Surge Stone one of these. Or do a cost reduction. Cost reduction doesn't feel as good to me. I think we just Surge Stone a Frozen Lance. It's an extra etch. Makes the card actually do something. So there's potential for Stealth Boss. I don't think we want to remove the Steward's End. Could just remove the Frozen Lances. I think that's fine. Man. So I hit these for well, not for sure. I hit that one for sure. This one I might skip a Vortex on. But we might be hitting that. So that would take care... I think if we hit at this steel, then we go here. If we don't hit at this steel, then we go there. So if I don't hit here and I hit here, it'll be hard to go here. But at least we hit here. So we're not that sad. We hit here, we don't hit there. Or if we don't hit here, we don't hit here. We go there. Then I'll have hit the other Vortex and that will take care of the Steward removals, and then I just pay for the Glacial Seal. I think that's fine. Well, probably just get rid of the Glacial Seal at the very least, and we'll keep the Stewards for potential Stealth Boss. Gosh, I have no money at all. Even taking the boons there. Okay, this is an easy way to make money though. It's also actually pretty easy troop. This is probably the boss we want to see the most as well, so... Can't underestimate this boss though, we definitely, that is the worst fucking order though to get this in. I think we have to go here. No, this is fine. We can go... I really don't want to take any pyre damage. So we can do this. Just wonder like how I'm going to deal with that. I mean, they're going to die to frostbite anyway. But at the same time, probably still just want to do that. See, I give up 3 etches there though. This is what kind of sucks about this. Do this. You're dead, but they're pretty damn close to death. I think we need our etches. This boss is going to be very tough. I need every single etch that I can muster. I could technically Broken Memories back the Lance, and I think that kills this. 26. Six by 3? No, by 2. Actually doesn't kill it. So never mind. We need to get the Crypt Builder or the Ice Storm, like right now. Alright, we got that one. I need to preserve like all of the health here. I'm realizing without the Broken Memories being... I probably should have waited to try to get the Broken Memories seedling, because like I don't actually scale that much without it. It's an issue. Fuck, I might lose here. It's not the greatest situation to be in. I also don't know, like, do I play these units? Probably. I guess. Alright, what are we bringing back? This. We'll kill it with quick at least. Right. I should have just killed that fucking Quill Hunter. Why didn't I? This is fine. Put you here. Shit. God damn it. God damn it. Just fuck up, right? No, I don't know. 55 attack, it's not great. This is not going to get an attack off. Okay, at least I got this for 2 turns. Hit him twice. That's a lot of damage, at least. I'll have I got the pyre health to, Oh no, we beat him. Just barely. Yikes. Okay. Well, gosh, I hope the run gets better now that I can finally get the Cold Kalia going. It's not really going to help me against the bosses, though. Gosh, am I just fucked against the bosses? Drain or another etch card? Drain seems like a potential defensive option. I mean, honestly, if I don't get armor and can't, like, Drain might be my only option to go against, Divinity. So I should take that. It's a little awkward to play, though, given that I have the Deep Offering as well. But we'll just have to make it work. It opens up... keep in mind, if I happen to hit at the steel, I can justify these magics. And double stack. Be nice. Holdover would be nice. We'll take it. Okay. Forgotten Trade or Revenge of the Damned. I feel like Revenge of the Damned isn't that good in this deck. I mean, I'm almost certainly going to be able to kill every small unit with my Colcalia quick. Now that I have the ability to put First Akin into it. And, or, you know, maybe Endless Titan Sentry. And I have no real reason for Echoes still somehow. But Forgotten Trade is another etch. It's pink for whatever that's worth, which right now is worth nothing. But it is an etch, and it is something that could allow me to play a Crypt Builder if I draw them in bad orders. Or even a First Akin. Well, I'm not going to have a First Akin. I'll take it. It's another etch. I need more etches. If I don't hit Spell Chain, we're actually kind of fucked on the offensive scaling even. Like, I may... Man, I don't know. Just give me spell chain, please. Okay, no, doesn't want to. Fine. Oh, another quick. We're off to a shit start here. Definitely could give this 25 health. Yeah, give that 25 health. Please don't be large stone. It's fucking large stone. I don't even get an armor incant either. That's really sucks. Literally couldn't have been worse, but yeah, the seed's cursed. Absolutely. I really hope this wasn't a keeper or a shards recovery. When I think back on it, I'm like, why did I go here? I should have just went left. This run is becoming horrible. It's like, now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I just barely beat the lifesteal boss, and now I'm gonna go against Arcus. It's granted the shitty Arcus, but I'm just like, I'm missing on everything that I even thought to put together. Can't even get like an endless sentry. Can't get multi-strike. Can't even get armor incant. Like, maybe I have to put an echo stone in right now. Maybe I'm so desperate. Because I do need to fuse the first akin in this turn, I think. I could always wait till next round, but I don't really see that working out for me. I don't know, maybe I have to wait though. Hard to say. So I'll have a Forgotten Boons there. I only earn, what, 100 gold here. I'm wondering, like, I could large stone the Titan Sentry, and then at least I'm getting Tethys. I mean, I could probably kill Arcus here. I'm thinking, like, yeah, we could probably just, I can large stone one of these. I think I large stone this one, because as I said, the plan with Cold Kalia could eventually just be to run 2 of her, and that's how I get my multi-strike. But if it's a large stone, I can't fit that, and I'm not going to take a pip upgrade. But the sentry could still find endless, and it's not sad to have a large stone. And having a large stone means, at least for this Arcus fight, Tethys will be safe behind it. And we can blast Arcus potentially with quite a lot of crit builders, so I think we'll do that. It's weird, but I probably... What am I going to do about Cold Kalia, though? I don't think I can fuse Cold Kalia right now, shitty as that is. I think I have to run First Akin as my boss killer. Fuck. What a shitty situation, man. Echo Stone is like kind of enticing. I think we do this. I do this. 115. Yeah. Start getting rid of stewards now. This run, this seed just is really fucking cursed, I feel. -2 could do that there, I don't think so. So we know we're going to get 25 here, that put at 75. I take that almost certainly, that puts me at 90. So this could just be the final that I need, and honestly, a Pierce here would be fine. Do that. And yeah, we'll keep it at 60, making this fight a little easier for us. This is where the original player went down too. I gotta say though, I'm not... Did it seriously do this again to me? What an absolute joke these draw orders have been. And not only that, but now I have to put Tethys in mid, which sucks. Here's where the large stone is a downside, because I could actually put this down here and still fit a non-large stone Titan Sentry and a Tethys, but and unfortunately, because I have the extra health, this wouldn't die to these. I also, you know, just to make matters even more fucked up, have this goddamn incant shard at the top, which means I don't even think that I can play this. God. I can at least scale this, though. I'll play it, just not on the floor, I guess, because I really can't afford these to be incanted, because I believe it will, you know, it'll incant that. Not that it matters incanting this, but I think that it will increase the costs on the ones that pop out, which maybe I just have to live with. Maybe I just have to live with that. I mean, it's not like my deck really costs much beyond that. So let's go there. I mean, I guess at 17 health, Tethys technically survives here, but then if I believe there are sweepers. I think we have to go mid. And I do play this because I do, for this fight, want to run at least one Broken Memories getting played each turn. Maybe even two. Alright, let me just see if this does it the way I think it is for science. Okay, it didn't do that. That's great. So we can play one here, and then we'll play this one. Of course, it draws me the other fucking crypt builder here. At least we drew this instead of Cold Kalia, though, so that's good. Yeah. I think we just keep etching. It's going to make it hard to draw through the deck, but what are you going to do? It's the only way I think I beat the boss, so. Titan Sentry is still, like, getting hit pretty hard. I can do this and take that out at least. Some echoes here, I guess. At least we're getting some frostbite on the boss, but we're not nearly. It doesn't help that I'm bottom decking this fucking offering token. Definitely doesn't help. We're gonna give this guy quite a lot of armor this turn, but I don't have much of a choice. I'm going to still do the Broken Memories. I think I need it to kill Arcus, especially since I'm probably not going to be able to crit builder it, like, at all. Literal bottom deck on, like, the Deep Offering, the Ice Storm, and the fucking Offering Token. Whatever on the Ice Storm, but definitely Deep Offering and Offering Token. Just... what a load of shit. And again, I just think every etch has to go here, and every etch has to happen. Not gonna stop etching now, at this point. Yeah, I can put this up here. That's fine. Alright, you finally got to this. Alright, that'll help a little bit. We have enough to play the Crypt Builder if we redraw it. So we will do that. I'm going to keep etching. But this still hurts my ability to draw what I need, but that's fine. Just need to keep getting my attack up. That's all I really care about at this point. here we want to kill that. Do that. Incant. Damn. Bring one of them back. Now I'll just only run one of these. You see this? Let me just start protecting my pyre health. Okay. We can get 2 spell weakness in on that hit. I think we do want to do that. That's pretty good. You're dying to quick, so we can do another one. But it would be nice to get that etch, though. Oh, we'll just keep doing this. I can still get the edge. Let's do that. Just get 1 etch per turn, I think. We have a guy there, okay. I think we got him. We've got half of his health off. I'll even get 2 hits in here. So that's good. Alright, we got him. But, you know, when you get him, you gotta get him good. Alright. So we scaled 150 attack. That's a good sign, at least, I think. Ooh, Wormkin Etchings. Damn, another Siren Song. Well, definitely the drop cage would have paid off. Ancient Synergy could be good too. Wormkin Etchings makes it so I don't have to... I mean, we're down to the wire now. We only got 1 temple left. I probably, you know, 1 out of 3 to hit Spell Chain. I probably am not hitting Merchant of Magic. Well, maybe, if I hit here. So, I guess I'm just thinking, like, this Wormkin Etchings I might need. It's also like really hard for me, especially against Divinity, to be able to actually Echo Seedling this Broken Memories. So, you know, you have to factor in I'm not likely to hit Merchant Magics one at best. And that's only a 50-50 at Remove Consume. So really, I think it has to be the Wormkin Etchings. Yeah. It's going to give me an option to survive. Definitely draw. Absolutely draw. We're going to have trouble drawing through the deck. Any reason to go right? I don't think so. We're still hunting for Endless. We're still hunting for Multi-Strike. We're still hunting for Armor Incant. Though I will say I might have to settle for a 25 health on this Colcalia. I mean, I guess now that I think about it, like, we were planning on Hell Venting here if I don't Multi-Strike. So I'm kind of going left here in either case, now that I think about it. Oh, let's just see what we have in store. Don't do it to me, game. Like, just don't do it to me. Shitstone, no armor, incant. It's just fucking brutal, man. At least give me a spell chain. Not even a spell chain. Not even a spell chain. Well, we know that no matter what, we have to do this now. So let's do this before I, like, stupidly forget. Let's do the, first again, it's a shame because you're actually, like, really good on this run, but we do have to, like, transition to be able to kill Divinity, and it's looking less and less likely. But we'll see. Alright, we go to 85. We're gonna save 15 for the final thing. I don't need the plus 30 damage. I could just large stone that, but I don't think that's good enough. I still don't know if I want to settle for 25. We're really sad here if we reroll though. We don't hit multi, we don't hit endless, and we don't hit armor and can't, and we don't hit a 25 health. Then I'm like pretty fucked. Hopefully I at least get a battle stone in that case. But I don't know. I just think taking 25 health here, I'm so far behind at this point that it's kind of like I need something more. Okay, well, at least we got the armor and can't, but God, this fucking seed, man. It's been large stone and quick, literally every fucking Merchant of Steel. Literally all of them. All of them. Every fucking one of them. Ridiculous. Like, absolutely ridiculous. But I'm pretty damn happy to get this armor and can't, so... I mean, we're doing this for sure. I'm just thinking, like, maybe I just lock in the 25 health, and give up on finding endless for, the shark. Because I probably should just hellvent this unit. I'm thinking, because now that I have, you know, we're not going to get, spell chain, so that's out of the table, but I do have this Wormkin etchings, and I can theoretically build a chain where I'm getting broken memories back every turn and then pulling back Wormkin etchings every turn. If I can't get the Echo Seedling to go on a good, you know, ideally I still want it on broken memories, but if I can't do that, I should be able to set up like a chain where I'm able to like do enough there, I guess. God, this seed sucks. Seed is a real doozy. The sad thing is, like, it's probably not that cursed, depending on what you do. It's just like, I feel like the run really directed me down this line, and nothing has fucking paid off for it. It's like, oh, here's some Titan sentries. It even gave me another one early on. Remember that when I chose Cold Kalia over it? So, like, but then there's like no endless. Shitty thing is, it's like, in my mind, I'm like, all I need is an endless aura multi-strike for this steel to be so good for me. Who knows, though? The other thing that's on my mind is, like, maybe I need to hellvent the broken memories. If I can get back... Because with the, you know, if I hellvent the broken memories, I can definitely get the broken memories back, and then the Wormkin etchings, and that's like 5 to 6 etches a turn, so... You know, I still get a few rounds out of my large stone Titan Sentry and Tethys. Probably enough to help with the first 3 waves of Divinity, which is the ones that I need the most help on, and then I can eventually scale up enough. Then maybe I don't have to hellvent the unit. I don't know, though. I feel like I'm pretty much going to have to hellvent the unit. If I hellvent the unit, that's going to be pretty good. It also means I am spending 10 more shards, though. That's something to think about. Well, I think given that we're just going to hellvent the unit, I'm just going to do this. It's such a trash fucking set of shops, though. Like, absolute trash. Absolute trash. Shitty thing about this is, like, it's just another thing to get in the way of Echo Seedling. Another thing to add to the pool of stuff that Etchings is allowed to bring back, but I guess technically I can go infinite with it. Against, well, not really. I don't have nearly enough removals to make that happen, but if I could have removed enough of these starter cards, I definitely could probably, yeah, there's no way I'll go infinite with that. But like between Deep Offering, I think we definitely take the spike. I can set up some good turns at the very least, even if they're not infinite. I can set up some big turns between Deep Offering, that, and Wormkin Etchings. That's actually a really good thing. Okay, maybe this run isn't so out of sight. Since we're also going Hellvent, it means I need to remove these stewards manually. Still not convinced that the stewards are the worst thing in the deck. Like, maybe I just remove the lances, I don't know. And the lances are pretty bad. These echo snares are technically pretty bad too. I just don't know. I think I'd remove the lances. No, let's save a little gold. Let's save a little gold. I don't know. We might have to skip this trial. We'll see. Is there anything else to do? We gotta get through this ring still. Would I rather have another point of Handheld Totem or Chillwind? I can technically fit Tethys on my floor of Double Quote Kalia. But I wouldn't want to do that, right? Because I do want that spell weakness to be able to clear the waves. I don't think... It would help me with bosses, but... I don't know if I'm too worried about the bosses now that I have the armor incant. You know what? I get to the point where I'm clearing the waves, I'm not getting hit. Yeah, it would be nice if I could drain a little more often though. That's just not going to happen. Maybe I can get pulled over a double stack. Knowing the seed, it'll probably be Permafrost and Consume Remove. Though honestly, Consume Remove wouldn't be the worst. I could Consume Remove... I don't know. Maybe the Broken Memories, I don't know. Something. But long story short, what's going to be better for me? More spell weakness or more frostbite? The 2 extra health might be relevant. I think it's the Handheld Totem. Alright, let's do this. This seat is a nightmare. I'm already at 1 hour 30 on this one. That is stupidly long. Oh my god, Heaven's fucking Seal. Heaven's fucking Seal. Well, I think it's fine. There's a lot of incoming damage, so like, Titan Sentry's probably gonna die to these Wilt Wings and stuff. 85 shards. I think I need this money though. Like I'm so far behind. We also have the Trinket Merchant, and there's quite a lot of good artifacts in the pool. Like a Bog Slime would be amazing. Well, Bog Slime wouldn't even be that good. I have somehow not gotten a single extract card. I would love a Perfect Insanity in this deck, by the way. Perfect Insanity would be great. I mean, honestly, I still might have a pretty big fucking issue with like mini boss wave. Now that I think about it. I need Tethys to be alive for that, but I don't know that Tethys can be alive for that. Well, either way, I have to. I'd rather die here than just, like, for sure die later. Alright, well, you're going up there. Unfucking fortunately. Let's do this. Okay, that was good. At least I killed all the Wilt Wings. So we can go here with Titan Sentry and just do that, I guess. I was thinking it might be nice to get Echo Seedling on that other card there. I think we gotta wait on the Echo Seedling. Yeah, I think we gotta wait. Fuck. Where do we want echoes? Here, maybe. This might be a quick one. Well, Echo Seedling, the deep offering, I think just has to happen here. It's like, we fucking bottom deck the broken memories and the offering. Like, just everything about the seed. This is one of the shittiest seeds I've ever played. Just everything considered together. Whatever, though. So, we gotta wait on this until I find the Wormkin etchings. Just throw this away. We can kill a few of these. Okay, at least we got that. At 110, that should actually kill that. So, do that. Doesn't actually kill it. What the fuck? How? I don't know. But we'll do that. And that, I guess. Get more etch, which we've hardly done any of. Need to play this. May preserve his health, too. It's not the turn I wanted to draw the etchings. Jesus. Alright, we preserved a lot of health there at least. And it drew the broken fucking memories too. This is so ridiculous. I think I'm gonna have to bring back a deep offering. I don't have any other goddamn choice. I should have put that up here. I'm too tilted to think that out though. Alright, so... Can't tell you how much I hate this scene. Fiery fucking passion. It's like I can't play another consume card. I have the 5. I mean, I guess I could. I might have to. I just might, I guess, fucking have to. But it's like waiting all the way here to get that. I'll just shut up now. Like, my thoughts are known. The seed fucking sucks. Hilariously bad seed. I kind of fucked that up. Should have played this first. Letting the tilt get to me too much. Whatever. Okay, so we'll do... Yeah, we can do that. We can get a good turn here. So let's get this back. Play... We want to play this first. So we want that at 0. Broken memories. So now we play... Oh, there's a lot of ways we can do this. As you can see, I need to etch a lot. So we're going to go pseudo infinite here. I need to bring back that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to get rid of these echo snares now that I'm like looking at how all of this kind of works out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I can put these here, that's fine. Bring back the etchings. We're probably good to hit with these script builders here. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2. That back. Oh. So we can do this. We're basically infinite now. Like, now we're pretty much there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and hit you again. That. As if this run wasn't long enough. I'm just trying to get it down for when I need it. I think at 186 we're probably good. Let's give it one more round of love here. So we got the broken memories. We're just gonna draw some more. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get the picture. I think we'll allow this ring to go out. I think I can win then, but it's going to be very tedious. None of this. I mean, the Urshan Spine's alright, but. If I can remove the 3 echo snares, this becomes a lot easier. I'm now thinking of maybe going and abandoning my initial plan of going left and just going to the right to get the free removals. I've already spent one removal. Maybe we find endless. I'll be super sad if I find multi-strike. So... and I'm thinking I pretty much do go infinite. And at that point I don't need a second Cold Kalium. What I need is just to be able to get to the infinite before too long. Especially with Diligent. So if I go to the right, and I have all of these Echo Snares out of there, it becomes a lot easier for me to make this work. I mean, the only consumables I want are Woken's Rail Spike, 1, Broken Memories, 2, Deep Offering, 3, Forgotten Trade, 4, and then Wormkin Etchings, and I could leave like 1 between the 3 Echo Snares and the Frozen Lance. I could leave 1 of them, right? Because I only need the 5 to bring back with Wormkin Etchings. So not including Wormkin Etchings, I need 5 consumables. So the ones that are critical are Forgotten Trade, 1, Deep Offering, 2, Rail Spike, 3, Memories, 4. So I'm allowed 1 other thing. If I go to the right, I have a lot of gold, and I can definitely remove everything along with those vortexes. Keep in mind, Diligent gives me even less leeway. So I don't know if I want to be adding like a Urchin Spines to the mix. I can simply just do the tedious task of infiniting my guy up to 200 some attack. Call it good. I don't know though, if I add Urchin Spines to the mix, I could be looking at a flying kill. I kind of want to. I mean, think about it. I get 2 removals. As we said, I only need to remove 3. If I add 1, I have to remove 4, but I can afford that. Why don't we just do that? Let's go for the flying kill. No one will expect it. Ooh, adding another Broken Memories could help. That could certainly help. It'd be another consume card, though. I think we don't do that. You know what I just realized, though? We have the fucking Echo Seedling, which complicates matters. Now I wish I did not have Echo Seedling. I didn't factor that in. Well, I'll tell you what. We can still make this work, I think. We just have to dedicate all of our gold to removals, so we definitely go to the right here. I obviously definitely have to do this. Good thing I had the shard count. Okay, endless. I might not take it, honestly, if I'm going infinite. I'll see if I have the gold. And if none of these are useful to me, which honestly they don't really look useful to me, I should just take the gold then. The plan here is to go infinite. I almost don't even want to look at this stuff so I don't get enticed into it. Forgotten Name, I feel, should have no limit. It shouldn't be just limited to once a turn. I think if you have this, it should just keep going. You know what would actually be pretty good is the Wormkin version of this, because that doesn't have a limit for whatever reason, and I'd be going to town there. But I think let's just see what we can get from our removals first, because I have to factor in that I have 2 extra cards from the thing, from Echo Seedlings, so that threw off my initial calculation. So we'll definitely get rid of the other Echo Snare. I need to get rid of the Surge Stoned Lance. So now let me think about this. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it'll be 5, 6, or actually 5. So if I didn't have Echo Seedling, it would be great right now. It would be perfect. But because I have Echo Seedling, it kind of fucks things up. I think I can get around this by removing some of these cards. Like, I might not need Forgotten Trade. I technically don't need Urchin Spines either. It's just going to be such a long infinite if I don't have Urchin Spines. I might just remove Urchin Spines though, because I'm like, the infinite's harder to pull off if I remove Deep Offering, Rail Spike, or Forgotten Trade. I have to keep memories. I have to keep Wormkin etchings. Those are non-negotiable. What I guess I could do is remove the Forgotten Trade and the Rail Spike. If I do that, the Deep Offering should be pretty good to just keep the engine running. I'm trying to think how the turn looks then. So we're running... I mean, at the same time, if I just simply can hit etchings on broken memories, then I'm a little bit... I am protected. Or etchings. If I hit Echo Seedling on etchings or broken memories, then I'm fine as is. But otherwise, I'm up shit creek. Rail Spike, broken memories. I mean, I can still hit the infinite as is right now. So why don't I just remove, like, fractures and stuff? Frozen lances. Fractures are probably better than the lances. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, and I mean, I might as well add Endless to this, just in case. Okay, this run has switched directions about 1,000,000 times now, and I had never would have guessed we're going infinite, but here we are, we're going infinite. Alright, I might be able to just do it this turn. I believe last time we did Echo Seedling the Deep Offering and that was fine, so I might just do that. Just gotta keep it to 5. Let's throw that away though, we want to get that out of there. Get some of that in. Just need to find... Just need to find that broken memories. Shitty draw order here though, we're gonna have to wait. Definitely some turns here. Is it gonna fuck me over if I play this? I should kill this for sure then. Any point to playing this? I guess we don't want to redraw it. Just added that to the fucking pool. Well, was a mistake. Okay, there's... I actually still have... Still am technically fine, so I just have to, I just needed to get the etchings ASAP, so... Let's put you there. Bring back, Deep Offering for next turn. I should still be at 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Be switching out a Deep Offering for this. So yeah, that should work. For whatever reason, we'll rain. But yeah, adding that extra card to the pool of consumables definitely sucks. Alright, let's get rid of you. Get rid of you. Play this first for sure. Looks like we're drawn like shit. Wouldn't have it any other fucking way. Well, hopefully they don't bust out. It'd be a shame to spend 2 hours now on this run and, you know, not get what we need. But we got it here. So we have this. We can start with this. Though, yeah, let's do this. Any downside to that? I don't think so. Alright, that's actually fine. Put this back for next turn. Do take some fire damage, but I think Divinity will be easier because I don't have to worry about the bullshit fucking, you know, consume bullshit going on. We're gonna have to try to... Well, no, we can start with this. So... maybe we should start there. Yeah. So we can bring back... etchings. We're gonna go for the flying kill next turn, I think. But we need to set it up at least at this point. 1, 2, 3. Still a bit awkward, huh? Let's either take 1 or take 10. I'll choose to take 1. Although maybe the fracture would have done it. Whatever. How is Diligent not up here this turn? Doesn't make any fucking sense. I think it's because he's actually completely random, if I recall correctly. Well, that sucks. So we can get back the Wormkin etchings right now, but we'd probably be better off just playing that. is not necessarily true. I don't know, I'm just fucking up left and right apparently. Getting close to dead here. Don't know what's different this time around. I guess I'm just not hitting the rail spike at the right times. This is probably something Heart would have like zero trouble with. Alright, well we can get a good turn here at least. Get a bunch of energy. So I got 1, 2. We will bring back this. Do that. Do this. Have 2, 3, 4. It's starting to look a bit better. We could start with this. Just clear out a bit of that. I know I'll have to reapply the stuff, but whatever. Okay, this is decent. Now, do I want to set up the offering token right now? I don't think I need to. I need to get that rail spike. It's like, just doesn't want to get hit, I guess. And at least I'm getting, God, you can see how weak, the difference between self-infused sentry and non-self-infused sentry is also just, like, I can't even kill a purifier, an uncharted purifier, right? So even through all that, I'm only able to get to 166 attack. This is probably not good. I think I overestimated my ability to go infinite. But, yeah, I don't know. Not good. Maybe I don't want deep offering to be the thing that gets, you know, done. Want to stack some spell weakness there for sure. I also want to etch here. It's like kind of a double-edged sword. We finally get the rail spike. Still kind of is out of order though, right? Like I have to. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The extra shards make it really tough too. I think on Divinity I will be a lot easier. These extra shards can't really be ignored either. They're pretty fucked up. Okay, we'll be fine here. We're gonna do this. Seven. Wait, I'm just fucking up. Doing so badly. Alright, now we're doing alright. 2, 3. eventually get this down, that'd be great. One, two, three, four. That makes this a little risky, but because I don't think I even beat Divinity, even at this scaling. Well, actually, it's not risky. What am I saying? 5. Yeah, that's perfect. I just had to do this first then. It's fine. So let's do that. I wonder if I should do this first. Let's do this. I need to clear out a path here. This is looking good. One, two, three, four. So we can go 1, 2, then. Well, we could kill him or just keep building spell weakness. Might as well just keep building spell weakness. Alright, I think we've got the infinite down now. So 110. Can probably just put these in here. Alright, we got a ways to go though if we want to get the infinite down there. So maybe I don't. I can just get him down far enough that I think I can kill up here, which is probably fine. Because yeah, this run is taking too long. We know we eventually get there. Let's see, at 296 and about 200 health, that should be enough to take an 1800 out, right? I'm gonna say that hopefully it is. We can do this to help us. Alright, that's a kill. .40 damage taken. I really think without those extra shards, though, that we'll be good here. Obviously, we start with that. I do not want to Echo Seedling this. Just put these here. Okay. Which card do we want it? Echo Seedling. What would make this easier than last time? I'm thinking Broken Memories. Would Rail Spike actually be better though? Like if I do Broken Memories, it's easier, right? Yeah, Broken Memories gives me way more leeway. So we'll do that. So we have 3 in the consume pile. We are guaranteed to draw etchings here. We can add 1 more then. And why don't we add another Broken Memories in, then we can redraw it. For next turn, I guess. Or we'll do this and then that. Right. Okay, I think that's what we need to do. Let's get these out of here. That was Ember Drain that turn, huh? So we're getting a Broken Memories. Drawn to it. We're going to be giving a lot of incants to this tank, potentially. But, what are you going to do? Okay, this should help. These going first. A ton of energy. Let's get 1 Broken Memories back to the forefront, then do this. That etchings, but we also need this back. This is just awful. Trying to find the chain. They're all dead. Definitely gotta get a good turn coming up or we're dead. Looks like we should have a good turn coming up. So just get the etchings. I want to do that first. Yeah, this work. You're definitely gonna have a good turn here. 2, 3, 4. Not that that matters that much anymore. Ah, shit. Did I really fuck that up? How did I fuck that up so bad? I put too many of those in. Alright, I hate to do this, but I'm not gonna let that just so sue me. I'm reloading. Like, I'm not gonna lose that run. Fuck that. Okay, you go there. Is there any way I can just do this fucking faster? Like, I sure hope so. Kind of think having more than one draw card instead of the broken memories is actually easier. So I think I'm gonna triple the debuffing. So I'm so tired, so fatigued from this run. Be really interested to see how everyone was able to navigate it. Guessing they didn't do what I'm doing here. I hope for their sake they didn't. It's absolutely not the card I wanted to have that shit happen to, but whatever. Well, it's off to a worse start, but I'm just hoping I can get to the actual infinite. So, right, we need to find a card ideally right here. Okay, that's huge. So now I can actually go to town. 2, 3, 4. Make sure I don't fuck this up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Endless on the sentry is not helping me at all, by the way. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. So we got the Wormkin etchings. We want that back. Guess I want to actually draw it now, huh? I have too many cards that are just not fucking draw cards. Really need to have it work this time. We have the etchings. So do this. Should have played that first. Got scared there for a minute. It's like, did I overdo that one? Right now, I think we've gotten it fucking finally. Two, three, four. This is kill him. Take that, divinity, you fuck. You finally got there 3 hours later. Sweet. You are dead, but came this far. I stop now. Alright, whatever. Just died. Thank God that runs over. So yeah, I guess the Broken Memories was not what needed to be Echo Seedlinged, but I'm still counting that run. I had to fight my ass off to get through that one, given what was thrown at me. So yeah, I would like to never have to do a run like that again. What an awful run. Alright, what did everybody else do? Oh god. Well, this one looks potentially equally as horrible. So no infinite. Looks like he did get the payoff for the drop cage, which would have been nice. So hold over Siren's Song definitely would have been good, but then you still run into the issue of like scaling, which he actually doesn't really have any conventional scaling here. You know, they didn't hit on, or at least didn't invest in the first Aken, and there's no sirens or anything, so while you do have a ton of defense, and I mean this alone, you can also remember you can play the second Siren Song up top too, so like you can deal with the waves simply with Siren Song. Well, maybe this isn't that bad. I mean, now that I think about it, it's like, as I say this out, it's like you can basically deal with every wave with Siren Song. And as a result, you can deal with all the flying bosses as well, because you'll be stacking so much days that it probably won't matter that your scaling sucks. And, you know, full Frostbite Tethys will be doing quite a lot of boss damage as well. The only thing I think that might be iffy would be like the mini-boss fights, because you can't really stun them with Siren Song, but probably Endless Sentry is, well, they wouldn't have had an Endless for those mini-boss fights, so those mini-boss fights could have been quite hard. I'd be curious to know what ended up beating those. Because I can't imagine, I mean, maybe you can still somehow stack enough Frostbite. Yeah, hard to say for sure. Then Evil, they ended up kind of with what we were running, except they didn't go with the sweeper version, which is tough. You know, so they went with the pip up. The problem with this is I like it a lot better if I have like Frozen Flame or like just some help with Ember or sketches. Otherwise, you kind of usually have to take like Ember and Pip, which is tough because like think about going top. You're gonna be Ember drained, so can you even get the second one down? You like maybe they were going bottom. I doubt it though. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. They got the Forgotten Trade, which could help sometimes. But they didn't even get the Kinstone Totem like we have, so I'd imagine it was just really hard to get both of them onto the floor. I will say, though, if you can get both of them onto the floor, pretty good. I wonder, though, like, I mean, honestly, I wonder if you'd just be better off not taking the pip and just self-infusing this, because with the Train Steward infusion, it's like you're overall doing more shards there than if you just self-infused it. You get the same scaling. You know, you roughly do get just the same scaling, right? You're getting 10 times 2 per etch, just the same as this. So actually, I think you probably would have just been better off self-infusing. You have to draw one less banner. You don't have to take a pip upgrade. It even costs less shards, so I think it would have been better to do that. Still don't know if it wins, though. Yeah, it looks like this 21% doesn't even really make it too far into Diligent. I mean, I will say this, though. If it's not beating Diligent, then my original plan was not going to beat Diligent, I don't think. Going infinite definitely helped. Granted, yeah, I think not taking the this Kinstone Totem hurts, because I was going to say, like, even without the Awoken Rail Spike, you could go infinite if you had, with this deck, if you had the thing. You had the Kinstone Totem or whatever. And Charitable Cup similarly tried to get the first Akin going. And this one's not even quick, so probably has even more struggles. Other than that, there's still some good stuff. I mean, it does look like they did have also the drop cage payoff, and had it on holdover. I'm surprised this loses to Arcus on the waves with not a single bit of damage being done to Arcus. That's actually not what I would expect. I guess if you bottom deck Siren Song, and I mean with the Blood for Blood, they assume their health wasn't like super low going into this fight, so it's not like they just sort of died to a wave. And they had the Firewall. Yeah, I'm curious why that died to the waves with a holdover Siren Song with Drop Cage plus Blood for Blood. That should be like murdering the stuff. I even wonder, like, would Mean have been better off with Blood for Blood? I feel like if I had the Siren Song, the Blood for Blood makes a little more sense at that point, but then again, I guess you can't play the Tethys without the Petrified Heart, so I get it. But yeah, this is I would have expected this to beat Arcus. You can stack a lot of days. This thing is still a multi-striking. Wait a minute. How is this multi-striking? Didn't I hit every single steal? You know what? I bet it was. It was that first Merchant of Steel. I bet you $1,000,000 because I didn't re-roll it and I settled for quick, which there was just quick at every fucking merchant ever since then, but I bet that one had multi-strike. This run would have looked a lot different to me, I think, if I could have started with multi-strike there. But yeah, I'm just looking at this like, wait, multi-strike? There's that as well. They did YOLO the self-infuse there too, which technically would have paid off, but yeah, I can't talk much more on this run. I'm tired of this run. I'm counting it as a win though, even though I technically resetted Divinity. I'm giving myself a mulligan there because that was just an awful Awful infinite. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.